Karon, Haley, Harrison. Quad R number 1, Ron Piero. It's my pleasure. Jazzzone style, interpretation. Funky blues, funky jazz, funky music. And we appreciate the opportunity to come. Jazzzone style, bring it to you that way. Play 'em on out, play 'em on out. Yeah, hit me up with some of that.
All right.
That's what I'm talking
Throw
about.
it up there, like that.
You got it.
You know, that's what we talking about, and that's how we got it rolling on.
All right.
Give me some, just give me some, you give me something right quick.
Okay.
Just something easy as we ease it on out. Play us on out. Hit it, Karon, hit it with me too. Come on, Ron, give it to me too. And you know, it's about keeping it alive. Jazzzone style. We thank you for the opportunity to come into your household. We thank you for the opportunity to be alive. Jazzzone style. Karon, Haley, Harrison. Robert Turner. Ron Piero. Thank you all. It's my pleasure to be the host in the Jazzzone. My name is Roscoe Lee Owens, and we'll see you next time. Because they said they're going to come back and do it for you in a program form. Enjoy life with God's blessings. And we'll see you the next time. All right. Well, welcome to the Jazzzone. My name is Roscoe Lee Owens, and I am your host in the Jazzzone. And I start to show off like saying like none other than the fact that if you caught the last show called Interpretations, off the hook. But we're back with Mr. Robert Turner, one of the featured artists in the Jazzzone, along with two incredible artists, another featured artist in the Jazzzone, which is Mr. Karon Haley Harrison, and another artist that I happened to meet, absolutely fantastic young brother named Ron Piero. That's right. Okay, Robert, I want to start with you. I want to start with this CD that's playing. I want to talk about this CD. I want to talk about you and the long term that we've had in the Jazzzone. So, what is the name of the CD, first of all?
It's called Robert Turner Trio. I haven't came up with a title for it, but it's a great CD. We just did it at Capitol Records, and we're just trying to see if we can get to the next level. This song right here is called Blues for Gene. This reminds me of how Gene plays. He's one of my favorites. And actually, the drummer's on the CD and everything, and we're just trying to get it to the next step.
To the next step. Now, I know who you're talking about when you say Gene, but tell them who you're talking about. Gene Ammons?
No, Gene Harris.
Gene Harris.
Yeah, the Three Sounds.
All right.
That's the inspiration I got off this particular tune right here.
Okay. Now, when you did this CD, where did you develop the CD at, and where did you record it at?
Okay, we rehearsed first.
Okay, yeah.
And then, we booked some time at Capitol Records, and we're just, trying to get a good little mix on it. A friend of mine named Greg Edenfield, he put the mix on it and engineered everything for me. So that's what's happening.
So the drummer on here is Karon Haley Harrison, who's in studio now, correct?
Correct.
Now, I just had the opportunity to visit and enjoy you as you produced this absolutely fantastic show at the World Stage.
That's right. We had Isaac Smith and Richard Grant, Karon Harrison, and Daryl Harris. He's also on the record as well. But yeah, it was a great show. I can't wait to see the tape.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the CD came out. Let's drop the level of the sound down just a moment while I communicate with Robert Turner on this, because I know that, let me see, I'm going to go back to Rain Restaurant and when we were doing many things. And then you came back and we talked personally.
That's right. We sure did. We're just trying to make something happen. I know that your foundation is a great foundation. It's a very positive foundation. So support the Jazzzone for sure.
Yes. Now, that was about the fact that for years you have been playing in the Jazzzone along with many other different venues that you were playing at, because you're a very sought-after musician as well. And I think one of the later things that you just did was Jazz at Drew?
Yes, that's right, with Nobility. And we did a lot of songs, and it was a great show. I enjoyed it very much.
Currently, you just did also B.B. King's?
Yeah, with Ronnie Laws. We just did it about a week ago, and it was a great show. And, we're just trying to keep it going.
Well, see, I'm going to do this, because you're a young man. You say you're not trying to do anything, Robert Turner. You are doing it. You're at the next level. See, the opportunity for people to view and hear you will give them the understanding that they're trying to get a ticket to see you. And to see you, Karon, and Ron perform, because absolutely awesome. The young man that performed with you, I know, was Isaac Smith on trombone.
Oh yeah, he's one of my favorite musicians. He's we did Dolo Coker. That's where we met. Actually, Karon as well. We met Dolo Coker Jazz Foundation, and I remember hearing him play. I mean, the music was heavy back then. You talking about 1994. And it had Donald Vega, Joshua Sheffrin, and all those, and Karon, and it was Marcus Coleman. Remember Marcus Coleman? And so that's how we all met, and that's that scholarship foundation. That's how me and Isaac met, and he's a great piano player, and I mean, he's one of my favorite piano players. He plays real close voice. It's like, plays like, he's a genius when it comes to the piano, but when you get him on trombone, it's really over.
Yes. It was the house was so enthused you could hear a pin drop, other than you couldn't hear a pin drop because so much music was going on.
Well, I'm sure if we did a breakdown or a rest for 2 bars, I'm sure you could hear a pin drop. But that night was a very interesting night, because I had to I had to play. I felt like I had to play perfectly, and I was concentrating, and it was a balance of a lot of things, you know, because when you get those kind of musicians playing with you, you have to really be on top of it. You can't miss the form and all that. You know, you gotta make sure you know the melody and come back in. When you come back in, you know, comp when you're supposed to. Don't mess up the bridge.
Well, I'm sure there's many things to concentrate on as you're playing, and it sounds, now it doesn't sound like, it is the fact that you're playing with such comparable musicians that you want to just do all of your best, and it sounded like everybody was doing that.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, it works like that, because I know that the synergy that you and Karon Haley Harrison have and have had for a long time is just really amazing, and I'm thrilled to even be a part of that. The other aspect, I know you were talking about a foundation. In 1994, I could remember, but I was really grown. How old were you in 1994?
Man, 17 or something.
17. So this is actually the vanguard of a whole new movement coming out, because that's why I put this warrior behind. We have art in the Jazzzone, but there's a Moore's warrior, because, see, it's our youth. That's our warriors. And my father gave me a drumstick. I didn't play drums, but the stick was, we're going to pass the baton and keep jazz live. And for me to be able to come in and salute Karon Haley Harrison, who is taught by the masters, yourself, Don Bell, Ed Wing, Ram Lee, Michael Davis, you know, it's just incredible in what's been happening in the Jazzzone. And we're certainly blessed and better for it in having you in the Jazzzone, and to be able to feature you as we featured Karon Haley Harrison. But on this set, I'm certainly glad to be able to do that. And I know you have a program set up, but before we go to the program, I want to talk about how they need not to miss you before the year is up, because I know you're going to bake them at the Jazz Bakery.
Yeah, that's right. We just got the date. I just talked to the lady, and we on. So we ready to. Please come out. You know, it's on the 30th of December. I think it's 8:30 show. So definitely come out, as you're going to enjoy yourself. So there it is.
Who's on that hit besides, I know Karon Haley Harrison is on there. Who else is performing with you?
Edwin Livingston. And I'm not sure who my special guest is going to be, but I'm going to have a special guest.
A special guest to end the year. And you know what? The 30th is going to be New Year's Eve for those that get to be there, because the bell is going to ring. Okay. So now, with that said, I'm going to move out of the way, and I'm going to let the program begin, because we have it. Robert Turner, go ahead on and get busy with it. Okay.